Welcome to Still Works and Brewing. My name is Randy and this is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. Okay, so today we're going to start a new series and I'm calling it Time-Stamped American Single Malt Whiskey. You're not going to want to miss this. This will be pretty interesting. Okay, but first things first. There's always 5 things that you can really do to help this channel out. Number 1, hit that subscribe button. While you're doing that, you might as well hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Share us with your friends. If you like what you see, give us that thumbs up. And leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okie doke. I've been getting a question, how long does it take to make a whiskey? Well, that question has a lot of variables to it. Like, what are you making? I mean, if you're making a bourbon, there's some more steps involved in that than, let's say, making a sugar wash or something. But, so what we're going to do is, today we're going to make a single malt American whiskey, okay? And just to show how long it takes, I'll be putting a clock in every scene so you can keep track of that time, okay? So, what is an American malt? Well, it's kind of loosely based on what is a single malt Scotch whiskey, kind of sort of. A single malt American whiskey is a whiskey made with 100% of barley, and it is aged in new or used oak barrels. So, it's, what can I say? I've made them before. They're very tasty. I enjoy them. And I ran out, so that's why I need to make another one. Okay, so according to the clock, it's time to get started. It's 7:30. Alright, the very first thing we need to do is we need some hot water. So what I will do is, in my brew pot here, I'm going to fill it up to about, I'll fill it up probably 7-8 gallons, just so I have some. And we'll get ready to start making this single malt American whiskey. Okay, mash. Okay, so let me get this heated up, and then we'll go on to the next step. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. Measure our temperature of our water. We're looking at 166. Okay. Okay, so our water's hot enough. Let's put us about, I'm going to say about 3 gallons. I'm going to pump about 3 gallons to start with over into our mash tun. So my target temperatures, I'm looking for 155 after I put the grains in. So that's why we're starting with a little, about 160 or so. Then we can adjust the temperature up or down a little bit if we need to. Okay, so far we're in, it is 7:54, so we've been about 25 minutes into it, heating our water up. Like I say, we're coming up on 3 gallons. I'm going to stop right there for now. Okay. So what we got got here is we got 14 pounds of two-row, we got 2 pounds of Crystal 60s, and 2 pounds of light Munich malt. Okay, got my mash paddle here. Let's start putting some of these grains in. So like always, you just want to make sure you keep stirring and get it all mixed up so everything's nice and wet, no dough balls and all that stuff. And this is one smell that I love. It takes a little while to mash in, but not too bad. There ain't no use getting in a big giant hurry. But I will have to say that the brewing is it's always hurry up and wait. Alright, that's our 14 pounds. And we'll just put a drop more water in there. Let me bring you over so you can see. Here is our crystal, hard to do one-handed. This is our Crystal 60. Alright, so now we're going to add in our 2 pounds of Munich. Okay. One little shot of water. Give everything a good stir, and then what we'll do is check our temperature. You remember what the temperature was? I'm hoping for 155. And 147. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of hot water to it to boost the temperature up. Kind of looks like oatmeal. And we are 51. We give her another little shot. Okay, let's see what temperature we are now. We are looking 153, 154. Okay, I think that'd be good. 154. All right. So let me get this covered up, and I'm gonna let it go for about I'm gonna let that go for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'll set my timer. What I'll do with the water left over in my brew pot, I'm gonna heat that up to boiling and store it in my my hot liquor tank for when we get ready to do our sparging, and we'll go from there. Okay, that's our time check. We're looking at 8:02. So we're a half hour into making this mash. Went off. It's an hour and 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a starch conversion. So what I want to do is just take a little bit of the liquid out of here. Okay. I just want to put a couple drops of iodine in there and shake it around a little bit, and the color goes back to the normal color. Okay, so that means the conversion is taking place. Alright, let me get set up and we're going to start sparging this off. Oop. Got a little star sand in the bottom. I almost forgot. Pour that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is batch sparge this. So I'm going to drain this off. I'll put hot water in the fill it up, give it a little quick stir, and we'll keep doing that until we collect 6 gallons. What time are we looking at? Okay, so we're looking at 9:34. So let's add a little bit of hot water to our drain here. Okay, add a little hot water to that, give it a good stir. We're going to rinse all them grains out. And we'll keep doing this till we collect 6 gallons in our fermentation bucket. Alright, got our all our mash sparged in. Let's check our specific gravity real quick. I am looking at 1.085. I'm happy with that. 1.085. Now, one thing I want to do now, let me rinse this off. is I want to check my pH. Okay, turn that on. And we are looking 558, or that, wait a minute. Still bouncing around. 543. Okay, 543. 5.2 is where I would like it. So I think what I'll do, just to get that to go down a little bit, I got a little bit of citric acid. I'm going to just take a pinch or two. Just a pinch or two. Stir that in. Let's check her again. 529, 526. 526, I'm going to leave it there. Okay? So, next thing we have to do is check our temperature, which I already know is a little bit warm. Yeah. 131 degrees. Yes, that's way too warm for the yeast. So, what I'll do now is I'll put the lid on this. I'll put it in my fermentation room, and I'll come back after a while and once the temperature gets down, then I can put yeast in there, and I'm going to use daddy yeast. About 2 to 3 tablespoons of daddy yeast in there, and we'll go for that. Okay, so we got that in our fermentation room. Now comes the fun part. Let's see, how much we got? 9:53. So we got about 2.5 hours into making this this single malt American whiskey. So we're about 2.5 hours in. Now the fun part. I gotta clean up. That's, oh well, something you have to do, right? Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so we got our mash complete. Come out to what we wanted. I think I said 1.085, which is great. So we got everything cleaned up. So, with that being said, what like I said, it's a little bit too warm to put the yeast in, so we'll come back later on today and probably tonight and add our yeast, and then we'll let it ferment. Typically it takes a week to 10 days, and then we'll distill this out, move on. Alright, so what's our time? 10:05. We started at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10. So we got just a little over 2.5 hours, right? So I think that was pretty good. That was a very easy one to make. It ought to come out pretty fantastic, I think. So I think there's only a couple things left to say. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.